All right. This video is going to be personal, not something I really do a whole lot of. As much as I do research and the fact that I'm involved in this because of the activity around my own house, it's only natural that people are going to see parts of my life and my everyday life and learn about me, I guess, as an individual. There's no way around that. Me and Mike Taylor, I remember we were joking about it last time about how big the group, I think over 2,000 people on YouTube and getting very close to that on Facebook. And Mike brought up the fact that I remember a couple years ago in the first group I started, if it got too big, if it got like over 100 people, I'd kick people out. And it was because I hadn't got the answers yet for myself, and I was not building an entertainment platform. I just didn't want people following me to follow me. I wanted to keep it a small circle, and I was trying to find research partners, And then, of course, the more evidence we got, and after having a sighting, it's just, we're wide open now. And it's not just about me. We got a whole team doing this, They're doing things on their own. And it's great. But I want to talk about the ups and the downs. And I always talk about, a lot of times I talk about things, especially when it comes to personal stuff, in a way to kind of warn the people or inform the people that are getting involved in this, kind of how to get started and like what you're going to look for and all the other things. Hopefully to help the next generation or just the people now that want to get involved. And you've got to know, getting involved in this, that people in your life are not going to like it. People in general are not going to like it. As soon as you bring up the topic of Sasquatch to some people, they're going to automatically think you're a liar. They're not even going to give you a chance. I'm not concerned with those people. I know what I've seen. I know what my research partners have seen. I know what I've experienced over the years. And I'm getting evidence of that. We are all trying to get evidence of that. And I have no doubt we will, because I know they're real. I know they're there. That's why I'm so driven. So people aren't going to talk me out of doing it, but it doesn't mean that I haven't had my reservations. I've had family members, I've overheard conversations, from different family members talking about, poking at fun at the fact that I do this, and, you're calling me obsessed or whatever the case may be. And it doesn't really bother me that much. I wish it was. They don't know what I know, though, so I really don't blame them. My wife's supportive. She's not really interested in the topic. She's not interested in things that are scary at all. I'm sure if she could hand pick a topic for me, or something to do with my spare time, it wouldn't be this. But it doesn't mean she's not, supportive. She doesn't try to stop me, and she'll listen to me, and at least pretend like there's some kind of interest there, which is really all I can ask. But from the very beginning, I've been concerned how me looking into this would affect my family. Now, I don't know why the hundreds of years of individuals before us failed at this and didn't try and hid the truth and lied about it. I don't know why they did that. But it doesn't sit right with me. I want to know what they are, and I want people to know what they are. But I bring all this up because of something that happened with my son. Now, my son is extremely intelligent. Be very surprised if he's not an engineer when he grows up. He'll sit down and watch YouTube videos and just build stuff all day for fun. Like full body stormtrooper uniforms made out of cardboard that look real. Spider-Man web shooters. I think he's made like 6 of those. All kinds of stuff. If he's got the materials, he's going to be able to make it. Well, we got a conversation about space the other day, and I explained to him, of course, I've never been, I don't know, like the moon landing, a lot of people think it's fake. Joseph Resnick, if you're watching this, I know you want to strangle me right now. Joseph Resnick actually used to work for NASA. He's a rocket scientist, and he would probably like to slap me for saying those words. But just in passing, our conversation was more like, I was kind of thinking like Bigfoot. If you want to know the truth, you've got to go get it for yourself. Well, I didn't realize how impactful that was to him. And we had talked about, I waited till this past year to tell them about everything that was really going on around the property. And I started telling them about the sightings I had and everything else, and just telling them the truth. And I also explained to him that, our group and what I'm doing, we're trying to do one of the hardest things there is to do, and that is to prove that something exists that people say don't exist. And I guess that set with him, because with his general interest in engineering, and now a new interest in figuring out space, he came home the other day with plans to build a balloon to get a camera up into space at 11 years old. And I, as his father, had to explain to him that we can't afford to do this. This is why we have, SpaceX and NASA, son. I was heartbroken that he had such a big idea, and then I had to tear it down. Now, I was very quick to tell him that, look, there's other things we can do. We could start small, and that if you want to do that, then you're smart enough, and there's things that you can do. Go to school, you could be a pilot, and you can get to space. If you want to get to space, you can get to space. And I'm not the type of person to tell my kids they can't do things they can't do. If I didn't think he was capable of going to space one day, I wouldn't tell him that. He is. I totally believe he is. But my whole point in this is that I was concerned how me looking into this subject matter was going to affect my family. I prayed about it when I first started getting into this, because I had the event with the orb. And then after that, when the Sasquatch activity started, I was concerned that Sasquatch weren't real, and that I was wasting my time. Not only was I wasting my time, I thought possibly that it could have been like, maybe it was just like the devil or spirits or something, because I had such a profound connection to God with that orb experience, that maybe this was the devil's way of taking my attention off of God and putting it somewhere. So I prayed about it over and over again. And every time I honestly sat down and prayed about it, it was very shortly after that I would get another really good piece of evidence. So I started to feel very secure in what I was doing. And then after actually seeing them, there was no holding me back. But it made me really happy to see all of that, even my own personal journey with God, and seeing is believing, and that my son has watched me and the people in our group. He's watched us build something, and he's watched me try to attempt to do one of the hardest things there is. And if nothing else, if I never prove or see a Sasquatch again, knowing that that had a positive effect and gave him the idea that you can have huge dreams and huge goals and go for them. But that's pretty much it. Very happy with that, and I'm very happy with sticking with the topic, and I'm very thankful for all of you who have stuck with us and who pay attention and who you're giving us your time, and I promise not to squander that. And that I am always going to be honest about our evidence and about what we see and what we hear. You know, I am not going to take advantage of that trust that we've been given. And, you know, it makes it a lot easier knowing these things are real and seeing them firsthand. You know, I don't have to second guess myself, but I do have to debunk myself. And that goes with everyone in the group. But I just wanted to share that, you know. It's not always good. You know, the personal things that come out of being involved in this topic, a lot of times it's not good. And, you know, and I got to the point where I don't like sharing that stuff because it doesn't add to the, doesn't add to anything. You know, it just takes away. So I quit talking about the negative things and negative relationships and stuff. But this has been the ultimate positive experience. And I am very grateful for it.